Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay. So Diksha, like in a previous session in yesterday's session, so we are like discussing the tools like, let me show you. We have like discussed these navigation tools, like how we can use the menu, the TreeView, and the sitemap. So we are like facing some issue in the path control. So let me explain the issue and how show you the how this control is working. Okay, and we also like discuss the master page concept as well. Okay. For you, let me give you a quick recap. What is master page? Master page is like if we want to give a the common layout for to entire website, then we can use the master pages. Okay, like this. I just created the header part, footer part, or side menu, and we have few pages like home page and the contact page. So home page and contact page is having the same layout. So if we can see the contact page, the content of contact page is this much only. But if we see the design part, so this is the header, footer, or this the side menu is basically coming from the master page. So the content page is only containing this code. This is the content page. So this is written here only. The rest of the things are basically coming from the master page. Okay, so here we can see the divs and all, right? So this and even the style part is also we just keep uh, on a master page only. Okay, so let me show you the output. Okay, so this home, about, and contact is basically a menu control, and this home, then we click, we have the about us, then inquiry, the contact us. This is basically the tree view control. If you want to use the tree view, so it will give you the output something like this. And this is a sitemap path. Sitemap is like we have a home page. From home page, I'm moving to the about us. Then it's saying home to about us. Okay, and if I'm saying contact, then we are like having home to contact. So in the last session, we are facing some issue. Let me explain you, and we can recreate this control and see how we can uh, use this sitemap control. For the sitemap control, we need to create a sitemap file first. So you simply just do the right click and say add item. So here we have one file, that is sitemap file. You can search it. So this one, sitemap file. Okay, the extension is .sitemap. So I have already added. When you click add, so it will give you some default code. Okay, so I have like changed the default code into like this. So it's not a complicated file, it's a XML file. So we have like sitemap node. Under sitemap node, we can create further sub nodes as well. So basically here we need to provide the path, how the application is can move, we can say. Okay, like we have first the home, that is the first page. From home we can move to the about us page. From home we can move to the contact page. So I just created this thing. So about and contact is basically a sub or a child for the home. Okay. So when you create this file automatically associated with your control, that is sitemap control. This one. You just need to drag and drop this control from navigation tab. I just drag and drop this, and this control automatically get associated with this .sitemap file. So everything will be picked up from this sitemap file. Okay. So I have like changed some property. Property means there is a property that is path separator. The default one is this column. So I just, you can see the output, the root, then colon, the parent, then current node. So I just changes to this arrow separator. So you can like change the path or font style and everything. So here we have one auto format option. So this is, we can say, pre-designed template or CSS for sitemap control. Okay, so this is a simple one. The color scheme is basically changing. The colorful is like something orange and brown and black. Okay, so you can choose as per your requirement. So I just selected this colorful. Let's say apply and okay. Okay, and this is on master page. So this content again will be visible on home and about contact. Okay, let me execute it again and we'll see. Okay, so here we have like only the home. So we are on home page. That's why it's saying home. So when I click on about us, now we are on about us page. It's now saying home about us. When I say contact, so it will say home contact us. So basically this thing is like system is picking this thing from sitemap file. Okay, let's say I want to say we can go home to about and contact. We let me create one more sitemap node, sitemap node. Okay, this time I'm saying, okay, I'm doing copy and paste. Let's say about us dot aspx. Let's close it. And I'm saying about, okay, copy and paste. Okay, yeah, this was the problem actually we are facing last time. Yeah, so basically the issue is we cannot create multiple nodes with the same name. So we are doing the same. So we need to remove this. So okay, so right now we have only the two pages. Okay, let me execute. I think we have one more page, that is inquiry. Yeah, so I'm using this inquiry, then contact. Okay, let me update it. Inquiry, but we do not have like link for the inquiry. So basically, page does not exist. So, but and say we have the contacts under the inquiry option or inquiry menu. Okay, let's see. Is required directly inside the sitemap element. Okay, that means we need to give that is wrong placement as this. So we have like home, and from home we have about us, and under home we have inquiry, and under inquiry we have the contact. Okay, so this supposed to be work as expected. Yes. So we are on home page. So I am going moving to the about us page. It's saying home about. So now I'm going on inquiry. On contact. So the contact is under inquiry option. It's saying home, inquiry, and contact. Okay. So this way we can design the sitemap in our application. Okay, it just like give us the information from where we are like coming, like it's provide the nodes only. Okay, clear? Okay, so this is all about the navigation control. Okay, now we'll move to the next topic, that is the state management in ASP.NET. So we'll discuss what is the state management. Okay, let me reshare my screen. Okay, so we'll discuss the state management. State management. Okay, so state management is means what is state is like let's say we have any control. Okay, so we put some data like let's say ABC, and we click on OK button. So as we already discussed, like this text box or button in ASP.NET, all are the like server side control. So when we click on this button, so system basically execute request response cycle. So this is the client, and let's say this is the server. Okay, So when we click on this OK button, the whatever the information we have inside the control system push this code, the information to server, and the server process it and then provide the response. This is the request response cycle, or we can also say the post back. We post the data and server provide the output. So in this request response cycle or post back, the information basically, let's say we added ABC and say okay, and when we receive the response from the server, this information basically get removed from the control, right? So let's say the information is incorrect. When I click OK, server on the server side, we perform some validation, and in as a result, we receive uh, this name is not valid, or the format is not valid. But we received the message, but we lost this data. Whatever the client is has entered, we lost this information. So client again re-enter this information, and again when click on submit, and the next time let's say the information is correct, system will say information is correct, but again this text box will lost this information. So the state management is basically whatever the information we have in the controls we want to maintain on the page. Okay, so we have the two techniques to maintain the state of the control. Okay, one is the server side, second is client side. Okay, the server side and client side. Please give me a minute, please. Okay, yes, I'm back. Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see the screen.
Okay, you able to see the paint window, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Okay, so we are like discussing. We have like the two techniques, uh, two techniques to save the state of the controls. We can save the state, like we can say we have the server side state management concept or the client side state management. Okay, so let's discuss one by one what is server side or client side state management. So the client side state management is like storing the data on the client browser. Means that the data is available to the client and sent back to the server with each request. Okay, so that is we have like some techniques, like we can say the view state we have. Okay, let me write here. On the client side we have view state. Okay, so view state is like a technique if we want to maintain the data on page only. So then we will use the state this view state. Okay, the second we have like cookies. The second topic is like, okay, we will like discuss in detail what is view state or cookies. Like the cookies, then we have the query string, then hidden fields, right? Query string, hidden field. Okay, so these are the, like we can say, the techniques related to client-side state management. For client-side state management, if we want to save the state on a server, then we have session, okay, cache, or application state. Okay, so these are like the topics we want to study in state management concept. Okay, let's discuss one by one. Okay, so let's say we have a website with multiple pages. Okay, let me create one project as well. I'm resharing. I'm creating a new project. State management. I'm adding a new one page web form. Let's say default or home. So home page. In home page, I am just taking two controls. Let's say one is text box and second is button. Let me change the property button, say submit. Okay, let's see. So we have like a text box and a button. I write just my name, let's say Pawan, and when I hit submit, okay, it's maintaining the state right now. Let's see, I'm taking the label as well. label one dot text equals textbox one dot text. But if we are saying, let me say, so basically right now page is, I mean the control is already maintaining its state. So I'm just retrying to create a scenario where we can store the views uh, data views in a view stage manually. Say response dot redirect. view stage name. Yeah, it's a postback. Okay, so postback view state lose the information. Okay, let me explain the concept. Okay, and we'll see how we can use this view state. Okay. Uh, Let me share my entire screen. Okay. So basically, the concept of view state is like when we want to save, let's say we have insert some data in text box or something, and I want this information during post back. Let's say we send some information to server and server give a response on a same page, and we want to maintain this information, then we can use a view state. Okay, so this is a way we can save the information in view state. So we use this statement view state, and in a scare bracket we provide a unique key. So the key can be anything. Okay, and the whatever the data we want to store inside the in the view state, we provide it. The main thing is the scope of this view state is the page only. Page only. Page only means to say if we save some information in a view state, the scope is for this page only. If we move to this page and again come back on to this page, the view state will be flushed, or you can say the disposed for this page, for page one. If we create a view state for the page one, so whatever the data we have, we can only access in the page one only. We cannot access in page two. Okay, so maybe in like during the development you will see you need something, some concept where you want to save a data, and then you want to retrieve the information from page only. Okay, so then we can use the view state concept. Okay, let's say, okay, yeah, we can say we have a button 2. Instead of redirecting, response.redirect means to say we redirect from home page to about us page. Let me comment this, and let me add one more label. Let's say label 2. This is label 2. In button click 1, we insert the information in view state. Now on button click 2, I want to retrieve the information and want to display on label 2. Now let's say I have added one, say submit. When I click on submit, this information is now stored inside the view state. When I click on this button, second button, so on the label 2 I am getting the same value. Okay, let's say I update this value to something else. Let's say John. Say submit. Okay, now when I click on this button, then this name will be updated with the John because the view state is updated now. See, John. So on button 2, we are like retrieving a value from view state only. If I move to the move from home to about us page and again come back on the home page, the view state is flushed from the memory. So the scope is page only. So like you will like face this kind of situation where you want to save information for page only. Then in that scenario you can use the view state. Okay. The second concept is we have cookie. The cookie is something like basically we can say okay. Let's say we have we let's say I want to track a user how many times user visit on my website. So we can perform this activity using cookie. Okay, let's say I have a user ID and password. This is okay. So when user enter user ID and password, if both are correct, then I want to download a cookie on a client side. Okay, let's say I create a cookie to track a user. The cookie name is track user. Track user, that is cookie. Okay, so this cookie is basically physically stored on the client system in form of file. So the cookie basically have a name, value. Let's say the initial value, let's say 1, because the first time user entered username and password. Okay, and this cookie will be containing this information, that is 1. 1 is basically user is visited first time, and we have the expiry time also. So expiry time means to say, let's say I have given 24 hours. So this 24 hours means to say this cookie will be stored 24 hours on the client side, on the client system. Okay. So when user visits second time from same system to the website, this cookie automatically get attached with request. Okay. Get attached with request. Okay. So when we when this home page get loaded, so we have the page load event. In the page load event, we can retrieve this image, this cookie, and we will check. Okay, if the count is 1, we will increase the count to 2, and again update this cookie and download this updated cookie on the client system. So the second time the value will be 2. So let's say again the expiry time again set it to 24 hours again. Let's say again client visit third time after 3 hours. So again, this cookie will be attached in the request, and we will update the information from 2 to 3, and 3 will be the value of this cookie. So like this, we can track the user, okay, how many time user is visiting on my website between in 24 hours. Okay, so not just for this tracking purpose, we can also, give small information inside the cookie and save inside the on the client system. So basically, we use cookie to track the client with some small information. Okay, so this is one concept, how we can save the information. Even we can save the anything, just not a number, maybe some data inside cookie. And if we client visited again on a website on the same page, we can retrieve that information from cookie and render on the page. Okay, let's say client the expiry time is 24 hours, but client visited after 24 hours. So this cookie will automatically get deleted from the client system. So after 24 hours, client visit on my website. So we can say that everything is reset for the client. Okay, so maybe sometime you notice uh, when you visit on website and there is a sale. Sometimes they are saying only 20 minutes left, right? But if you open the same page after 2 hours uh, from the different system, again it is saying 20 minutes left. But when you revisit from the same system, this time will be reduced to, let's say, only 5 minutes is left. So from where this client is tracking only the 5 minutes or 20 minutes is left. So basically, this information is stored or retrieved from the cookies. Okay, so this is the one way we can also store the state using cookie. Okay, and the next topic is the query string. Query string is like saving the data in URL. URL, like, let's say let's say a Gmail. Okay, so you can see this ID. So this ID is basically, we can say, it's a data. So that data is basically stored inside URL. Okay, or maybe sometime you will see like this in URL. Let's say your website is www.abc.com slash, let's say the page name is about or home. Okay, then after that you will see one question mark, then say a equals to some data. Okay, then and b equals to again some data, and c equals to some data. So this part is basically called the first part is URL. Is basically representing the page path. Okay, and this after question mark, including question mark, that is query string. Okay, so query string is also a way we can store information inside the query. Okay, and this information is only accessible on home page only, right? Maybe like, let's say we have like page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, and I want to send. We have like menus. We can redirect page 1 to page 4 or page 3 or page 2. Now my requirement is I want to send some data from page 1 to page 4, a small data. Okay, then we can also use this query string concept. So when we saying response, okay, let me show you. I'm just commenting this part. Okay, and on button 2 we are saying response dot redirect to about us page. Okay, when I click on this button, we redirect to this about us page. Now when we redirect on about us page, I want to send some data to about us page. Okay, so I want to send whatever the name user have inserted in the text box, the same name I want to send to about us page. So what I will do, I will do like say question mark name equals, then the name is already stored inside view, but I'm using a text box one dot text. Yes, that's it. Okay, let's see. So I inserted this for one, and I click on this button. Yeah, so I'm on about us page. So in URL you can see question mark name equals to Pawan. So the information on the last page is now I can access on next page. Okay, so here information is visible, but I want to fetch this information from URL and want to show on my home page, on you use on my page. Okay, let's say I want, let's say there is again a label. I want to add or show the name is name value. I mean whatever the data inside the URL on this label. So this time I will use the page load event, means to say when the page get loaded in the memory or loaded on the client side, we will fetch the information from the query string and display on label. So I will say label one dot text equals response, sorry, request dot query string and the name of query string. So we provided name is name. The key is name. So we'll type name. We'll say dot toString. Okay. Say John. When I click on this button, so here we can see we have John. So John is basically coming from previous page. Okay. So using the query string, we can pass the information from one page to second page or a next page, but there is a security concern. So when we are like using query string to pass a data from one to another page, the data is visible on URL. So user can access, see whatever the information you are the sending, that is totally visible on the URL. So this is not the secure way to pass data from one page to another. So you only need this technique when there is no security concern, if the data is visible in URL. Okay, so most of the time we have like the IDs, the encoded IDs in the URLs. So this is the technique how we can pass the data from one page to another page using a client-side state management, that is query string. Okay. The next one is a hidden field. So hidden field is again a concept to store information in the field. So, but this field is not visible on to the, I mean, on the layout. That is hidden, but saved some information. Like for example, so this is the hidden field. So its name is hidden field 1. So when I click on this button or a submit button, like we are saving the data in a view state, we can also save the data in hidden field as well. Like this. Again, the scope of hidden page is page only. Let's say the scenario is let's say we having we are retrieving some information from page 1 to page 4. I want to store that information in hidden field, and later on I want to use that information. So what we can do, we can store the information in hidden field, and whenever we require the data, we can fetch the information from hidden fields. Okay. It's a very simple concept. It's a field, but that is hidden for and not visible to the user. And we can also store and retrieve the information anytime from the hidden field. And but the scope is page only. Okay, let's say I store the information here, and I want to retrieve the information. Okay, let's for this I need to create a new button. Let's say button 3. So label dot 2.text equals to hidden field 1 dot value. So you can see we do not have any another fields, but if you check the HTML code, so you will find one hidden field in your code here. Yeah, this one. The field type is hidden. Okay, so let me say test data submit, and when I click on this button 3, so on the label 2 it's a test data. So this time the test data is we are fetching from hidden field, not from the text field. So like this way we can also store the information in hidden field as well. Or maybe we can also populate the information on the page load event. Let's say when this page is get loaded on the client system, we are fetching some data from DB and displaying on controls. But I want to, let's say there is some uh, unique ID or encrypted ID for particular record, right? So we do not want to show that unique ID or encrypted ID to end user, but I want that uh, ID for my in my logic. But I need something. I want like first I need to store that value somewhere. Then in that case we can use the hidden field. So it is not visible to user, but it's a field, can save the information, and later on we can fetch the information from the field as well. So this is very important topic. We can say hidden field we use in our development. Okay, so this is a technique, one technique to store the information on client side as well. Okay, so the next one is we have sessions. So, so we will discuss this session, cache and application state in the next session, how we can save the information of the control on the server side. So I'll also create some sample of like cookies, query string, and a hidden field, how we can use this in our application. Okay, Diksha?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.